book, you've been trolled in Facebook. You've been telling about Facebook, you can't say this, you can't do this. And some of you guys probably know that's been happening to you. That's part of the deal. They want to censor you. They want to take away your free speech, okay? So that was planned back in the 30s. That's in fruition today also.
25. Break down cultural standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV.
That sounds self-explanatory.
26. Present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy.
Nah, tell me that's not going on today. The LBG, whatever that's called, the LG thing that's going on. It's looked at as normal. It's been taught in schools. You cannot even say nothing wrong against that, or you will get dispelled. You might get even put in jail. You might get something taken from you. It's just, you can't say nothing against the gay or lesbian movie, whatever like that. And I ain't knocking the gays and lesbians, because all gays and lesbians are not for this. They're not. You got a lot of gays and lesbians standing up against this. I'm not saying all of them, but they want to make it normalized. So if they even against it, they know it's something sick about it. This was part of the plan. Remember they said make it normal. They know it's not normal. Present homosexuality, I'm quoting, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and unhealthy. Present it as that. They know it's not normal. They know it's not healthy, but they said present it that way. That's part of the agenda. Just make it look like it's normal, even though they know it's sick. But as long as it's a morals for God, I'm going to put it like that, we're going to make it, anti-moral to God, we're going to make it moral to man. So we can go on with our agenda. So all that is going on now. They call what they call it unisex restrooms and everything. Transgenders can go in the restroom now. It's a lot of lawsuits. People fighting back now. Wake up, church. Continue.
7. Infiltrate the churches and replace revealed religion with social religion.
That's going on.
Discredit the Bible and emphasize the need for intellectual maturity, which does not need.
You heard that? Discredit the Bible. A lot of Bible's been taken out of schools. That's one of the things. Bible been taken out of museums. Courtrooms, the Bible. It used to be in God we trust. You put your hand on the Bible, even though that didn't mean nothing to a lot of people anyway. But it was just one of the top moral things of the United States of America. Taking those things out of the Bible. See, this has nothing to do with black and white. They want you to think it has to do with black and white. But it has to do with an agenda. It has to do with an anti-Christ movement. Has to do with taking over America. If you take over America, you could take over the world. Let me say that again. If America fall, the world fall. That's what's going to happen.
A religious crutch. 28. Eliminate prayer or any phase of religious expression in the schools on the ground that it violates the principle of separation of church and state.
Yeah, right.
29. Discredit the American Constitution by calling it inadequate, old-fashioned, out of step with modern needs, a hindrance to cooperation between nations on a worldwide basis. 30. Discredit the American Founding Fathers. Present them as selfish aristocrats who had no concern for the common man.
Okay.
31. Belittle all forms of American culture and discourage the...
Now, I just want to remind you, the ones that's just coming on to this podcast, this is Body of Christ Real Talk, Body of Christ Real Talk, host Joseph Brownlee, where I just talk common sense, real talk with the church and what's going on around our lives and different subjects and Q&As. I'm looking at the 45 agendas of the Communist Party from this book that was wrote about the Communist Party. So I'm looking at 45 agendas. I advise you to look for the movie Agenda and look for the book, The Communist Party, the Communist Party to take down America, the agenda. These agendas have started in the 1930s. They're going to keep on fighting. These people do not give up. They got a 2030 movement coming in. I think their goal is to at least be 2030 or whatever like that. Whatever their goal is, they're pursuing it because America's got weak and they're just falling for a lot of these things. I mean, all this stuff going on. Look how easy it is to take these vaccines. Look how easy, without no study, without even being approved by the FDA, they're just taking it and people are happy and they take it, don't know what's getting put in them. As far as that, I'm not anti-vaccine, but I'm not taking this crazy stuff because it haven't been proved, and I think it's just a pinpoint of what's going on in the future. Why are they forcing it? Why are they giving out marijuana in Massachusetts for you to take these vaccines? Why are they giving out certain scholars or whatever they like that for you to just to take a vaccine? Why are President Biden even mentioned one time people going door to door or whatever, and try to, invoke you to take the vaccine. Trump even said something stupid about he think many people ought to go out and take that vaccine. That's one of the other things I disagree with Trump. So, you got to watch what's going on, So if you took it, I'm not saying that's on you. I'm just saying I'm not taking it. I'm not going to knock you for taking it, and don't knock me, which I wouldn't care anyway. The mask mandate. People get sick with these mask mandates. I can't wear a mask a long time because it affects my breathing, and it's proven that the mask can't even stop a little common cold. People still get sick with the mask on, but don't put two to two together. Wondering why they still get sick. If the mask was protecting you, you wouldn't be getting sick. Now if you getting a cold and you still getting other things like that, how you think it's going to stop a virus that no one knows about, no one can see? But that's another story. Let me continue.
Teaching of American history on the ground that it was only a minor part of the big picture. Give more emphasis to Russian history since the communists took over. 32. Support any socialist movement to give centralized control over any part of the culture.
Yep.
Education, social agencies, welfare programs, mental health clinics, etc.
Yeah, welfare. I'm going to just get bold with your black people. Y'all, we keep love handouts, playing that victim card. Come on, let's try to get all over that welfare. Now, some people cannot help it. Don't write no bad letters or nothing like that. Some people need the welfare, but welfare has been abused. It's been abused and abused. The abusers of welfare today is black people because they've been set up that way. Black and Hispanics. You have a lot of poor whites on welfare now, but they're using welfare. Give you this, give you all this stimulus and everything. Blah, blah, blah. If they give me a stimulus, I'm going to spend it wisely. I ain't like I'm not going to take it, but we got to understand there's still a taxpayer's money they're giving to people to sit on their behinds. All this unemployment extra. A lot of people don't want to go back to work now because they're getting this unemployment checks and everything. They're messing up the ones that really need unemployment, and the welfare system messing up the ones that really need welfare. You got these little free riders just messing up everything. Black people, wake up.
33. Eliminate all laws or procedures which interfere with the operation of the communist apparatus. 34. Eliminate the House Committee on Un-American Activities. 35. Discredit and eventually dismantle the FBI.
Dismantle the FBI.
36. Infiltrate and gain control.
FBI is terrible now. FBI, I mean, they part of the problem. That's all I'm going to say. I don't trust them.
Control of more unions. 37. Infiltrate and gain control of big business.
That's already happening. Yeah.
38. Transfer some of the powers of arrest from the police to social agencies.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. BLM. Antifa, two of the hate groups out there, Marxist groups. BLM is not for black people. I'm sorry. They're a Marxist group. The founder is even a Marxist. They're a Marxist group. She's a millionaire now. She got several homes. I'm sure you probably heard about that, but do you care? I don't know. As far as that, I don't care what she got, but I know her agenda is Marxism. It's not to help black people because black communities have got worse. Since BLM and all this has been out, the communities I got worse. Black hoods I got worse because they don't go on the black hoods. That never was their agenda. Their agenda was the Marxism, communism, to take over America. Defund the police. Remember all the Minnesota thing? Defund the police. Everybody, yeah, defund the police. Don't even know what they ratted because they followed the majority. Praising, defunded the police. And if I were to ask you a question, you wouldn't even know why. Because the minute something happened in your neighborhood, you want to call the police. Yeah, right. Defund the police. All that was predicted back in the 30s is happening today. But it's a battle going on, baby.
Treat all behavioral problems as psychiatric disorders, which no one but psychiatrists can understand or treat. 39. Dominate the psychiatric profession and use mental health laws as a means of gaining coercive control over those who oppose communist goals.
You hear that?
40.
If you oppose communist goals or this deep state goals or this far left goals, you're going to be diagnosed as, just say, retarded or something wrong with you, or a conspiracy theorist. When you say anything against their agenda or you look at the other side, which I always say, you're going to be considered as a mental craze or conspiracy theorists. Now, you got some crazy people out there that talks a lot of crazy stuff. I don't agree with everybody, but when you just say something against their agenda, you're going to be looked at as mentally unstable or conspiracy theorists. That's going on today.
Discredit the family as an institution.
Yeah.
Encourage promiscuity and easy divorce.
Okay. Divorce is so easy today. I gotta say, divorce is so easy today. And another thing, same-sex marriage, take the man out of the house, especially the black man. Take the black man out of the house. Women's live, whatever like that. We don't need them no more. All that is going on today. Wake up, church.
Emphasize the need to raise children away from the negative influence of parents.
Yeah, bad parents. Get them away from them.
Attribute prejudices, mental blocks, and retarding of children to suppressive influence of parents.
Let's read that again. Let's read that again. Listen, church. Emphasize the need to raise children away from the negative influence of parents. Get them away from no bad parents. They gonna teach them wrong. They can't teach them good morals. That's against what we teach. Attribute prejudices. Bring prejudices, mental blocks, and retarding the children. See, they are retarding of children to suppressive influence of parents. Retarded means to make them mentally unstable. They can't think for themselves. They think negative. The parents are the ones that really love them are really the bad ones. That's called it retarded. Don't mean they mentally retarded. Just mean it's something. It's mentally you trying to get them from their natural moral ways of loving their own parents and everything to believing what these fools and clowns are teaching them. Influence of bad parents. Make parents bad. Evil gender.
42. Create the impression that violence and insurrection are legitimate aspects of the American tradition.
Okay, that's going on now. That's why they praise these riots. That's why you got this fake media, and I'm not saying that because Trump said it. It's just they fake. They report saying, they got the right to do this. They're upset. If it takes a little violence or whatever like that, it's upset. It's okay. But at the same time, when this January 6th so-called insurrection happened at the White House, when these people was marching and was climbing the wall, none of them had no guns. They looked at that as terrorists. Oh, that's so bad. That's so terrible. But when they was tearing up the neighborhoods and burning up Minnesota and still tearing up Seattle and Portland, you notice the media had nothing bad to say. Oh, that's the right thing. They blame who? Trump. They blame Trump and everybody else. Every right-to-wing conservative and every Christian. Oh, they wrong. They evil. But when this little January 6th, they want to persecute everybody, even though they didn't have no guns. Sick. That's why I call manipulation of the mind. I said in my last podcast, be protective of your mind. Stay in God's word. Be focused, church. You're losing it. Let's continue.
That students and special interest groups should rise up and use united force to solve economic, political, or social problems.
Just say violence.
43. Overthrow all colonial governments before native populations are ready for self-government.
Okay, 44.
44. Internationalize the Panama Canal.
Okay, last, 45.
45. Repeal the Connolly Reservation so the U.S. cannot prevent the World Court from seizing jurisdiction over domestic problems. Give the World Court jurisdiction over nations and individuals alike.
Okay, you heard it. The naked communists, the 45 communist goals to take down America. And I'm saying America because America is the key to take down the whole world. Whether you're black, white, Asian, Latino, you're a part and you live in America, you're going to fall. I don't care what they're trying to say. They're trying to make black against white and whatever like that. And because America looks at a lot of things black and white. But your other cultures, you're part of the fall. All of you guys that came from these other nations know it's a takeover. All you people that came from Venezuela and used to live in Germany and Africa, y'all know what's going on because y'all went through it in y'all nations. Y'all trying to warn the people here. You're trying to warn the blacks here. Wake up. And then there's a lot of blacks waking up now, speaking up. But we need to wake up more. They want to keep us drugged. They want to keep us off as drug. You got, that's why all these drugs coming and guns coming to America. You know where they come from? They come from the cartels. They fill us up with drugs and guns and everything, and we kill each other. Wake up, America, all right? Wake up, America, all right? The communist agenda is to destroy America And they've been planning this since the 1930s. They got a 2030 plan deadline, as far as that. But that's what's going on right now. Church, wake up. We need to pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, I just hope the ones that's listening take heed and whatever like that. And whatever happens towards me, I'm not worried about that, God. I just believe you, that you're going to use me in a way that I can just speak up and speak your truth, Father, in the name of Jesus. Okay, that's all I got to say. Replay this. Look for the Naked Communists. Look for that book. Now, let me go back here so I can give you the name. Look for that book, The Naked Communists. And